You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Basketball Wives After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Basketball Wives After Show.
That it is. Let me tell you something. We talk about Bing, so we are doing another AFTERBUZZ TV after show. This one is Basketball Wives. This is season number 4, episode number 4. 4 is my lucky number, so this is going to be a really good show. It was a good show. It was a good show right there on VH1, of course. But before we doing anything, let's we got to really show that Bing love. Of course, let's go and let you know who we are. Of course, we appreciate all of our YouTube people and iTunes listeners. That's always a good thing. My name is Ronnie Jr. I wanted to say hello and introduce the group that we have here today. Joining us for a third week in a row or a second week in a row, Fallon Mercedes. Hello, she says. She says hello.
She waved. You guys can't see, but she waved.
From the amazing website that I just cannot stop clicking on daily almost, hollyhoops.net. It's Rebecca Prince hanging out once again.
Hi, guys.
And the spiciest woman, not on the West Coast, but just in general. Spicy Maricela
Keeping it hot,
Ferguson.
keeping it hot.
Okay, cool. So what did you guys think? Oh, and real quick, we're showing a lot of love to our iTunes people because, you know, they're starting to comment, you guys. I don't know if you really...
I better step my game up.
Well, they're saying a lot of really great things about Rebecca. Everyone's really excited that Rebecca, you know, has that Keisha connection, you know.
She knows everything basketball-wise related.
Yeah. So we do encourage everyone.
Good.
Yeah, did you know that? Is this news?
I had no idea.
Breaking story?
Breaking news right now.
Well, that's, you know, here's the thing. When you guys recap any show, because Mari and myself were here doing quite a few shows, and when you are recapping a show, the only thing I think the fans really enjoy, for the most part, that is a must, is you have to know what you're talking about. And having Rebecca, we see the club and she's like, oh yeah, I know exactly who owns it. I've been there.
We have an insider in
yeah,
the studio.
The fall ball. And then we see Keisha's dog on today's episode and you're like, oh yeah, I know the dog. This is the dog's name. Plays with my dog.
She has a relationship
Peanut.
with the dog.
I meant to ask Keisha last week when she called in when Peanut was going to be making an appearance on the show, because Peanut is a huge part of Keisha's life, as is any wonderful little cute furry pet. And Peanut finally made an appearance. She was walking, which I was surprised about because Peanut doesn't walk all that much. But
Peanut gets carried.
glad to see her.
You know, the little dogs like FaceTime too. It's not a big, bad thing.
Our puppies love each other. They miss each other.
There we go.
We had a third puppy too. Well, not us together, but our other friend Casey, Harley.
Yeah.
And they were 3 little buddies.
All
the
right.
3 amigos.
Very cool.
Lots of face biting.
Very cool. If you're a dog lover, that's awesome. AfterBuzz, we're dog lovers, of course. Buzz is our mascot, our rescue dog. Anyways, let's talk about Basketball Wives because the season is getting really good. This was episode number 4, and I feel like this was a good one. It led to a lot. And even after we did the show, I was talking to some other AfterBuzzers here, and they're like, how was it? I was like, it was really good. And they're like, oh, so it must have been Evelyn and Jen. Like, that's finally come up. And I'm like, actually, what's funny? We haven't even got there on this episode. And there was other storylines,
Yeah, luckily we're moving into new territory or new drama, we could say. But either or, the new girls are definitely getting in the mix.
Yes, whether they're good, bad, they make great decisions, bad decisions. There's a lot of, we start, I guess, with Evelyn and Keisha for the most part. Keisha decides to confide in Evelyn about Tammy, which does not make much sense.
Right. When you have a problem with somebody, you go directly to that party. So in that case,
Tammy
I agree.
said that as well.
Yeah, I agree with Tammy. You should speak with them directly. Don't go to all of the friends and let them find out first. You speak to them immediately.
Right.
But it's also hard because, each episode they go through, oh, so how's this person? What do you think of this person? So it's hard not to say your opinion and go straight to that person. So I kind of feel Keisha when, she was confiding in Evelyn.
Right.
She's building
She
their
was.
friendship. She was just telling her honest opinion. But knowing Evelyn is close to Tammy, she should have been like, let me keep my guard up because she's going to go back.
It's as if she should have said it, but it's said it in a limited fashion.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think that
she kind of did, though.
She
Unfortunately,
did. You know, she didn't talk shit about Tammy. She said the things that personally offended her. And yes, I probably wouldn't have opened up to Evelyn, just knowing the situation and the relationships you're going in there and what these girls already have. But at the same time, like you said, they're trying to build friendships. Mm-hmm. They're trying to get in the circle, the elusive circle that we now have T-shirts all about. So, I don't know. What more could she have said, or what? To
be real, you are right about that. And it's not like we're talking great about Keisha because she called the show last week. Of course, that does help. But no,
ladies,
the reality is, Keisha legitimately, all she did was say, "Hey, this is my situation," and
she was expressing how she felt.
It is a little unfair because, and this is just the dominance of that circle. It's unfair because Evelyn, who we all like, doesn't get any criticism for being kind of like the Susie, taking a little bit of information and making it an issue. For some reason, why doesn't Evelyn get that?
The reason that she's not going to get punished or criticized
because she's a G.
No, well, she is a G, but also because she was honest from the jump. You know what? I said this and you said this. And if you say something, you have to be able to back it up. So she was pretty much calling Keisha out at the same time by saying, you did say this, so you need to be open and honest about it now. So she's not going to get the whiplash of it because she was being a friend to Tammy.
And, I think Evelyn, too, Evelyn was trying to sort of be a friend to Keisha until I think they were all good. See how long
that lasted.
It was all good until Keisha's charity event, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But once she gave them that little
ammunition, really,
that little warning she tried to parent them a little bit. No one appreciated.
To me, it seems like Evelyn never really gets any backlash. The only time through these seasons, it was only with Tammy. I feel like if anybody could compare to her, or rival to her, it would be Tammy. That's it. But right now they're cool.
We saw that,
right?
Yeah.
So now they're on good terms.
They have really strong personalities. So there's nothing that you can say. You're not justified in any way because they don't listen. Mm-hmm. There's no open communication in a conversation with them, and we saw that with Tammy
they're both
and Keisha.
Hard-headed, yeah.
And going back a couple episodes too, you kind of see that that's why when you didn't know why Jen was coming at Evelyn that way, when those are kind of the situations you find yourself in, and this is how people continually present themselves and represent themselves and talk to you, you're gonna go in. I bet next time Keisha has to sit down with Tammy, she's not going to sit there and be as polite as she was this time because
That's
you
true.
Obviously, she doesn't have to yell and scream isn't going to get her point across, but at the same time, if you want, someone needs to hear you. Tammy just can't tell you, I'm not listening to you because of this. That's crazy. But that makes Tammy look crazy, too. So.
Tammy does look crazy. Tammy looks hard-headed. You know who's not hard-headed at all? Our beautiful friend, Lauren Turner, who she calls our shows every week, and she gives us the, you know what it's called, the Beyond the Drama report. And Fallon, why does she do the Beyond the Drama report? What's your thoughts on that?
Because
the show's crazy.
Drama, exactly. So there's more to these women. They are a lot of drama, but as you can see, there were parts of the show like, Jen, she has her lucid lip gloss line. Evelyn and Ocho, I shouldn't say. We'll let Lauren give all that to you.
Yeah. So that's our point here. Is like it's a lot of drama, but Lauren finds a way to find some nice stuff.
She finds the love in everything,
which is really tough on this show because there was drama. The person.
It's not that tough. She could have looked today and seen Keisha's benefit, which was for a wonderful cause.
I do want to get to that because that was really big, and I want to make sure we talk about what the cause was. Let's talk about Jen for a little bit. And I've been watching more and more episodes, and I've been trying to come from a place to be like, you know what, let's like Jen. I don't know if I'll like her next week when she goes up against Evelyn, because then I go back to Team Evelyn.
So what do you think of this episode?
I loved her. I did love her. And anyone who knows the way I talk about reality shows, I actually don't. It's funny because I tell Madi I do love reality shows, but I'm liking scripted more for the most part. But reality, I always get into it when I see their lives and their stories and their hustle. I mean, that's just like really passionate to me. So when I saw her do her lucid line, I was like, all right, Jen, you're okay, and you were ambitious, and you were a career woman. It was cool to watch. I'm trying, you guys.
Some lip gloss to win Ronnie over.
Her lip gloss was popping, and
it's hard to start your own.
I'm gonna
get
a lot of judgment on that one.
It's really hard to start your own business, and she was trying to do something she said for herself and show her independence. So we can give her kudos and snaps.
Your lips look really nice too. Are you wearing the lucid line?
I am not wearing the lucid line, but if she would like to send me some, she can send it to the AfterBuzz studio.
Yeah, we'll all partake in that.
Speaking of her sending some. I did like a little.
She did send you some?
well,
Is that Lucid Lips
no,
right there?
this isn't right here, but I did volunteer with Nicole Bitchie and Lauren Turner. We went to a shelter for a young woman, and we prepared gift bags. And Jen sent Nicole Bitchie a whole bunch of Lucid lip gloss and other
right.
products
Nice.
for the girls. So the girls were so excited. They were like, "We have Jen's lip
And her
gloss."
colors are hot. I love her display. Her color,
Sobe,
everything.
that is the color right
Okay.
there. I need that.
Oh yeah, that color was hot.
Write it down. Sobe is
Yes.
that color.
And you know,
I
this
love that
isn't-
though. I love hearing those stories.
This also isn't Jen's first business. She is behind Flirty Girl Fitness. Which
Right,
if
that's
you
what Lauren
remember
was talking
seeing
about,
those
yeah.
DVDs. So you know, she has stuff going on besides this.
I mean, really, you guys, I was happy to see her do that. I mean, it was cool to watch. I had nothing bad to say about Jen.
And her handling her business keeps her out of the drama a little bit too, and it's also a good distraction when you're going through it with your friends or any personal issues when you
And
turn
let's
it into
face
work.
it, on this show, they do their business ventures, and it doesn't always look good. You know, Keisha looks funny and crazy. Not Keisha, I'm sorry. Kenya looks, and Royce didn't even look that credible. But I will say, Jen did her thing. It was really good to see. So I had nothing bad to say about her.
Unfortunately, not all the ladies wanted to show up and support, but I don't think
And even that
let
didn't
Jen
matter.
ruin her day. But
And that was another reason that I was like behind her, like, oh, that was kind of cool. She was like, well, no one's really here. It's fine.
And I feel like it was obvious that they weren't there. So Susie addressing it and saying, "Oh, they didn't come." She in herself was trying to remind Jen, and I didn't feel like that was very.
Needed.
Yeah, I didn't feel like that was necessary. She knew they weren't there.
Susie, yeah.
There was a couple times in the episode that I did feel bad for Jen. I don't know if you guys noticed in the beginning where she was in her apartment and she's like still unpacking. Obviously, you know, she did just go through a divorce. I feel like there's some loneliness. I don't know. I just felt bad. And then, you know, the girls on the show didn't go out to fully support her. I did feel kind
which
of bad for
I
her.
was a little surprised to see. I mean, we all know that her and Evelyn have drama, but I was definitely surprised that Shawnee, EP of the show, who makes her random appearances, but that
She's God
Shawnee,
on the show.
you know, that Shawnee and Tammy didn't go because Jen really doesn't have issues with them. Her issue is with Evelyn. So
Well, Tammy
you
said she
know,
wasn't invited.
That was it. Yeah, she wasn't invited. That's what she said.
knows?
She felt some type of way about it.
Yeah,
When she
and
was
she said
talking
this
to
is like the
Evelyn.
10th thing I haven't been invited to.
Was there like a loyalty thing though with Tammy just being
There's a
loyal to
little bit.
Evelyn? Maybe.
It's it's a little bit of that too, definitely.
It had to be that.
because
yeah.
if she really
Well,
wanted to
she
go,
was-
she would have gone.
she
Nothing
was
would have
trying to
stopped her from going.
She was mediating 2 weeks ago, and now she wants nothing to do with it. I mean, come on. Tammy's not known to stay away from drama, so let's not act like she's being the bigger person here.
You're right about that.
Come on.
I do want to know what was the location where they had the event, because we were noticing a lot of people did try to get their camera time. They would walk right behind Jen, right in front of Jen. It was not the best location to shoot at over there.
It was actually at a clothing boutique. I think it's Big Drop. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
Big
say-
Drop. That's the
It
name of
was
it.
Big Drop, and
You don't want to say it wrong, or the iTunes people gonna eat you up.
I know. shoot.
No more Holly Hoops subscriptions.
But yeah, it was Big Drop. I mean, it's a clothing store, but it was just funny to see the people in there because obviously there's cameras around. Obviously she's being filmed, and you just want to stand right behind her like this.
Right. They know they signed the release before they got there.
Oh
Before
yeah,
they walked
or
in.
they'd be blurred out. Yeah, so that's the magnitude of this show. It is that big, and that's why it's fun to follow the Basketball Wives life, especially this series, because they're doing a lot. They're doing so much more beyond just the show. So we got Jen's Lucid thing again. She won me over. I became a fan today, and had nothing bad to say.
And then after that we kind of see Kenya getting into
Trying her own business venture.
Well, yeah,
or
Kenya.
music.
We see her this elusive music video, which we've been talking about for 2 weeks.
What are you shaking your head for?
It finally comes to
That's
life.
for that, shaking my head.
I was very surprised. I thought the song was decent.
I don't
I
know
thought it
if the
was
song
decent.
was
Let me-
decent. I think the video turned out better than anticipated, and I only think that they have VH1 to thank for that because I don't think Kenya put that together.
So you
on
guys
her
are
own.
gonna download the song then because you
Well-
thought it was
No,
good.
but I'm just saying
No, I didn't
compared
say
to her
good.
other music, the other
said
stuff
good,
that
not
we
me.
heard, I didn't say good. I said decent. Like it's presentable. I was surprised.
I would not listen to
I'm
that in my
gonna
car.
real
if you
quick. I'm
made
gonna
me.
ask our technical wizard back there, Phil, in the booth, if he could possibly show the video a little bit, maybe like a 20 seconds or whatever. We actually have it pulled, and we'll take a look at it in a bit. Was I surprised on how good it looked? No, because I think for time and time again in this crazy entertainment industry, people have been grabbing craps, like the chunks of crap and feeding it to people. And if you just package it a certain way, I hate to say it, people will buy it. Now, I'm actually saying that, but nobody might really be buying it because she only has 278
Somebody
views
told
on
her-
Yeah,
YouTube.
we get more hits with our Holly Hoops episode than Kenya's music video.
Somebody
Humble
told her to
brag.
pursue her dreams though, and she's listening to that. So I'm gonna give her props for that. But at some point, you have to reason with yourself and be realistic and say, I'm not really that talented in what I want to do. Let me pursue other avenues. And she needs to probably do that. Because I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think we may have.
Me in a picture tonight, I'm loose sipping, got a fucking dress on, scales got me tipping. Model walk fat, no less than 5 inches. Come this way, we the fight up with them cameras that I'm so sorry, boy, I won't be upset. I'm one now, white boy, blonde, yeah, come over here.
Oh my God.
Sit back instead. Oops, there's another one, hurry up. I wanna have justice for the time is up. Lights
And when you
on,
said you
lights
liked her
on,
more, is it the music you like more or the dancing?
I did not say I liked her at all. There is no like in any of my any of my
Yeah,
reports.
let's not get this twisted
No,
over
no.
here.
I'm
Putting our name out there.
I'm not impressed the least bit by
I would
her
like
music
to
video.
see Susie's reaction because she was just going ham on this girl with her other videos. So I'd like to see her
I have like
reaction
10
to it.
reasons why this
I
video
would
is
like
bad.
to see Keisha and Royce's opinion
Oh,
on
yes.
the video since they actually have the experience. Like, what do you guys actually think? Because, like I said, I'm just surprised it turned out this good. And by saying this good, I do not mean that it is good.
I know, I just
mean
made it all,
is
sorry.
So-
This.
You mean you thought it was going to be like
Crap.
a 4 and it turned out to be a 5?
Yeah, I mean, I thought
On a
it was
scale of
gonna
1 to
be.
10.
Basically, I thought she was once again like her YouTube videos. She's gonna be walking on the treadmill with some wind blowing in her hair.
That was what
And
she was doing, just no
she
treadmill.
was just gonna have a little bit better wardrobe and weave and.
Does she get a pass at all for having? Whoa! Let me finish at all. Does she get a pass at all for? She took all that criticism from Tammy and her team, and she's obviously has a good spirit and good energy about her, and people could learn and get through their like her. Is her talent there? No.
No, I don't.
She never gets a
understand the
pass.
question.
No.
No,
I don't know what
absolutely
pass
not.
we're giving away. I mean, listen, she's not the next young pop singer. Like, I'm fine if this is her storyline and she wants to be a singer, but like, come on. At least respect people who are in the game who have talent.
Yeah, we already said that. Yeah.
Who are trying to do it and don't even have these opportunities. This is just ridiculous.
Yes, thank you.
That's
Yes,
what I'm
you took
doing.
the
This is
words
her
out of my
15
mouth.
minutes of fame. That's what she's
She's on
doing.
Basketball Wives. That's all she needs. Damn.
Yeah,
But
but there's no story
There
to
could have
her.
been, if you're a real artist,
Yeah,
you're
if
going
she
to put
don't
out
do
a
this-
quality product. You're going to have some creativity
Of
in there.
course.
You're going to show us some dance moves that we haven't seen that are actually good.
That you're
And-
committing to.
Right. And granted, we know your budget is low, so you can't afford the best makeup artist. But if something's not quality, I'm with Keisha. Don't put your name on it then. Just wait till you can do it right.
Yeah, but I feel like she doesn't have much substance. This is why we are
She's
watching.
not even interesting to begin with. So
Exactly.
let's.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
just
much.
saying at least we have this because she
I'm
is.
sorry.
She definitely has stuff to talk
I'd rather bring
about,
back
but we,
Mika Claxton. I mean, compared to her, she's not interesting at all.
No.
Huh? They said the name wrong.
At least be
I didn't like
aesthetically
s-
pleasing, and it was neither. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but Kenya.
2 thumbs down.
Yeah, I agree. Video is whack, but Kenya has other stuff she could talk about. She's a mom. She's another one we don't ever hear her mentioning her kids. You know, we don't hear about her talking about her ex-husband that she tried to cut with a box cutter.
Oh, because she was really going to talk about that. No, of course she's not.
Filed
Share
for
it with
divorce.
us.
He filed
Sharing
for
is
divorce
caring.
today, FYI.
Oh, you did.
Oh, look at
He
another
filed for
report.
divorce in
After he's seen that video, he
in
thought-
Michigan today.
Deal breaker.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just posed this question. Does Kenya not see other artists? Has you turned on MTV or BET or
She's just
anything
not all
VH1
there.
to
Yeah.
see
Keisha
That's
said
what-
that.
what you're
There's just something
comparing
off.
your work to? Like there's
That's
real artists that
totally
exist.
like a Rihanna video.
So it's a bootleg of somebody else's YouTube video. I don't know what that was.
I can't say nothing much more about it because it's going to sound like I'm supporting her, and I think it is ridiculous. But what I was just saying is,
Aw,
I could.
Ronnie.
No. The only thing I was
He
saying.
loved it.
No, definitely didn't love it. The only thing I was saying was I could appreciate the fact that she continues to get drilled about how awful she is, and she has a smile at the end of the day and keeps trying and is willing to maybe try. Maybe one day she will get talent. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
One day you
One
wake
day,
up.
one day she's gonna be able to
But-
sing.
but-
and
I'm praying for that too. One
like-
day I'm gonna wake
she
up
look-
and
But
sing.
see,
sorry.
they're making it sound like I like her
Ronnie,
stuff.
how
I don't
old do you think
I
she
don't-
is?
She's
I don't.
36.
She's 36. She looks
No,
like
I don't
she's.
know. I don't know
She
for
looks
sure.
like she's 40 in this
35.
video.
She's 35.
She looks like
She's
she's
not
40.
35.
That's what she said
Okay,
on the
but this
show,
is what I'm saying.
so-
This is what I'm saying. Because again, everything I say is gonna make it sound like I really, really love her, and that's not the point. The point is I've seen a lot of ridiculous.
your woman. Go
no,
ahead.
it's okay. Listen, listen. I've seen a lot of ridiculous people who have had projects at one point in their career, and then like 6 years later, they, listen and they start training the right way. So things are possible. Is all I'm
So
saying.
you admit she's ridiculous.
I've already said that like 3 times if you were listening.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know, both of you are.
We're absolutely
I'm
appalled.
getting a little sweaty up in here. But yes.
Sorry, we're not Team Kenya.
She is bad. I'm not saying she's great. She's awful. And you know what's really even funny too is to talk about her for even a half more second because I think she needs to be off the show.
Well,
so there's
no, let's
that.
talk about her a little bit more because
What's there else to say?
Well, because every time now I look at her after last week's episode, all I see is Evelyn talking about her weave saying it's leaning.
To the left.
It's leaning.
I'm gonna call it Lucky Lefty because it
I
was
know
so
Fallon
to the
wanted
left.
she wanted to name her weave.
Lucky Lefty. That's her new name.
Y'all, yeah, that's wrong. Because everybody on this show wears weave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's
not on this
your
show.
show.
Yeah, not on our show. All of us got that real ish. I'm
That's
talking
real.
about on Basketball Wives. They all
Yeah.
have weave. So
Exactly, but that's
they
why
can't, who
there's
are they to
other
talk
girls-
about somebody else's
because
weave?
They should let her know where the girl is that does it right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be a good friend.
Because
That's
Kenya
true.
is out there. I don't know if it's a wig that she just doesn't put on straight. I don't know what it is, but something is going on up there.
Well, I have problems with her on all accords on this episode, but are we? I don't know if we can talk about it yet.
No, Oh, I think you're going on the Two-Face thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is at the end of the show for sure. Yeah, Kenya, she's great, wonderful, terrible. It doesn't matter. Okay. She does not matter. She's not the factor. There you go.
She is a non-motherfucking factor.
Exactly. Yeah, there. Holly Hoops exclusive there. Boom. Moving on. Keisha and her charity event. This is great. We knew she had some type of reservations about inviting the girls because of what Susie had done in the past for
Last week
Royce's.
at
Royce's. You want to talk about putting? Well, Royce's charity event didn't even look like a charity event, as you guys were mentioning.
It did not look like one, but in her defense, it also wasn't her charity event. She was being honored, so
Gotcha. Okay.
This, at least with Keisha's event, I mean, it's something that she put together as well. It's not just like, let's come and talk about how wonderful Keisha is,
Yeah.
because that's what it wasn't. What it was about.
I felt like this was a big part of the show because it did have Twitter going back and forth. A lot of people had different opinions. What it came down to was Keisha grilling the girls, really, and saying, you guys need to behave. Which really, as the new girl, she can't tell a bunch of other girls, you need to behave.
No.
It was a serious event. It was for the National Cancer Society. Do we have the exact stat on that?
National
brain
Cancer
tumor.
Yeah, but National Brain Tumor.
Tumors
Oh gosh, the
Association.
iTunes people gonna eat us up on that one. But
No,
hey,
no, we haven't.
At the end of the day, it is a very positive thing. And Keisha did speak with us last week when she called the show, and she sort of mentioned that. So, anyways,
Because they didn't really talk about besides
Yeah.
it being what association it was for, they didn't really talk about it. Keisha,
National
last
Brain
week-
Tumor Society. We got it.
Yes, National Brain Tumor Society. Keisha had a good friend who was a dancer with her, who is a young girl, found
Right.
out she had a brain tumor. So she has $200,000 in medical bills, and she has no insurance. So this was something to help raise money and raise awareness for the cause and for her friend. And we didn't see any of that because all we are talking about
Is the drama.
is Keisha lecturing them about behaving,
Well,
which wasn't
Am I the only
appropriate.
one who thinks that it was absolutely horrifically rude?
I
thought
agree.
that
To
was
do what?
it
To
was
do what?
to
rude.
invite people
rude
to
a
your
little, yeah.
event that you want to come. You're asking them to support you, and then you have the audacity to go up to them and tell them how to act at your event. She's not, and I'm sorry, I know this is your girl, and I love Keisha. I really do love her.
But
She's nobody's mother. In addition to the fact that you're talking down to people who you want to have a good time. If you start off with that negative energy, it ruins the
Well, I
night.
don't think she was necessarily talking down to anybody, but it did come off right.
Because
you know?
what you're saying is
Yeah.
you guys misbehave and you guys are ghetto, and I don't want you to break out a fight here on my event. That's what she was pretty much saying by asking them
Yeah.
to conduct themselves in a certain way.
But at
And
the
I
same
agree.
time-
I feel where she was
'Cause
coming from
she-
because they
exactly,
don't know how to
exactly.
act.
then you should have invited them.
That is true.
It
yeah.
also didn't come off well. I
did-
agree.
Well,
Did
did she
anybody-
invite them, or was
you know
they
exactly what kind of
casted, or
women
what?
they are. Why did you invite them then
Yeah.
if you know that they might act out?
What's up, Fallon?
But did anybody hear her say Debbie Downers? You guys are being, because Shawnee was talking. Oh, she just called me Debbie. I didn't catch that.
I did hear that, but that was the thing.
That was out
because
of the blue, really.
It obviously VH1 editing job.
Yeah,
they did
I
a
forgot
real
that
quick.
part.
They did
Slice,
a real
yeah.
quick slice, and because even Shawnee said she comes over here and tells us this, and then later is talking about we're being Debbie Downers,
Which didn't make sense,
It
yeah.
didn't make sense because
You're
of
telling
how
me
they
to act
edited
one
the
way,
way.
yeah.
But yeah, so I agree. Keisha definitely shouldn't have started the night by telling them, please be on your best behavior. Regardless, I mean, everybody knows. Although, I mean, and
Does she
that
get
is the
points for at least
thing.
saying it the right way? I mean, she didn't say it
She
rude.
did not say it. She shouldn't have. She shouldn't.
You guys
have
don't. No one here.
addressed
No one
it.
here thinks she said it at least in the best manner possible. I mean,
think
She
she
should not have
tried,
Yeah,
addressed
she
it.
tried.
I don't think actually, like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there is the best way to say
say
it.
it.
You know what I mean? Like we're all grown.
And how
like
about
she's probably the youngest one out of all of those ladies.
Exactly.
And she's sitting there.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah. You know, she's sitting there and she's saying, like, listen, I get it. Like, I know last year it was a polo tournament where a charity event where Tammy is smacking Mika in the face, and then you know, it's always some kind of crazy event. Then the year before, Tammy got into it with Evelyn at the girl Ashley's charity event. So charity events do have
drama.
The capability to have a ton of drama go down. So I understand where Keisha was coming from, but then she shouldn't have invited them.
Exactly. If you are
true.
hosting an event, there's a certain way that you're supposed to conduct yourself and make sure that all of your guests feel welcome, that you are accommodating,
But
and
it's
that they're
like,
enjoying themselves. You don't start off being negative to them.
If she didn't say it, it would have ended up like Project X. Like, seriously, on some just a whole nother kind of like, you know, the kid wants to have a party. He wants to be cool. Everyone wants to have a good time. And then it gets out of control. So
But
she was
I'm
trying to
surprised
be
that they
everybody's
didn't
best
start
friend.
something after she said that.
Well, because I mean, honestly, if someone sat you down, younger, sat you down, and gave you that little you know game plan, how would you react to it? Then you're gonna go off and make a scene. It's gonna exactly prove the point, which they were trying to act like. You don't need to tell us that. We know how to act.
Well, Tammy started
all the
talking all
time.
kinds of mess, calling her a B this and a B that and country.
But at
She
least it was
started getting.
quiet.
But I felt like for the way that for what she said didn't warrant that reaction from Tammy. I feel like she uses
I
the
agree.
B word for Keisha way too much. You don't know her all that well to where you can be calling her out her name, because until you know
Well,
the real
yes.
character of someone,
But I think
don't use that word.
I think you have Evelyn to thank for that, because once Evelyn went back and told Tammy what Keisha, you know, that Keisha said she was offended that, you know, she
you can't
asked
be
her
mad
what
at somebody
race
by
she
being
was,
offended
and
by something you said, though.
Listen, you got to tell Tammy
Sorry,
that.
hot
It's
issue
not
for
me.
me.
It's not me.
Make a call to Tammy. Go.
I'm sorry.
Tammy, can we get Tammy on the phone, please?
With Tammy, she was quick to call Keisha, oh, she's sensitive. She shouldn't get, but then Tammy was sensitive to the
Exactly.
issue when
You did
Keisha
mention
sat
that,
her
yeah.
down
Great
and was like,
point.
please don't. So it's like, now you got to pick a side and stay on it. You can't, you know.
Well, Tammy would probably say she wasn't. Tammy, I think, plays this like defensive thing, so it's not
Well,
really sensitive. It's more
yeah.
like defensive,
That's
right?
that's the duality of Tammy. It's like, you love Tammy because she's crazy and she'll say some real crazy stuff and she's honest and blah blah blah. She lays it on the table. That's part of why you love Tammy. But then, like we were saying when we were watching, there is a switch that flips and it just turns Tammy into like the Godzilla version of herself.
Right.
she
Like,
dishes
you
so
just
much. You
can't-
got to learn how to take
You
it back.
can't
Exactly.
talk to her. You can't say nothing.
If you offend someone, you have to be prepared for them to have a reaction and to
Yeah.
let you know how they felt about it. And I feel like, yes, Keisha should have addressed it far sooner than she spoke to anybody else. But at the same time, Tammy is out of line as well, addressing her about her ethnicity. And then when
yeah,
she
that was
finds
way
out
out
that
of
she was
line.
offended by it, you should be like, okay, maybe I did something wrong in the situation as well. But
Yeah,
but Tammy can't be
she
a
went on
bigger
the defensive,
person.
and that's
Yeah,
when she
the
calls
race thing
Keisha
was so
sensitive.
ugly. That was
Very
terrible.
ugly,
And that's a very
very-
sensitive
it
to
is.
talk about, you know? That's a sensitive
I just didn't
topic.
expect Tammy to go that much into it, and she really.
I think it's gonna go even further as stuff progresses, because I don't think Tammy has any. Tammy doesn't think twice about what she said to Keisha, and I don't think she understands why Keisha feels that way at all. So maybe after Susie goes to North Carolina and meets Keisha's family with her and Royce and bonds with them, she'll come back and try and, you know, tell Tammy. But I don't think Tammy cares. I feel like Tammy
She
gets
doesn't.
something
Yeah.
in her mind, she makes that call, and she's done with it. That's where you stand.
There's no reasoning
and
with
she's
her.
gonna try, you know, she's gonna try and push you out as much as she can. It is what it is.
Like
But-
she said, I'll treat you with respect when I want to.
Which is crazy.
It is.
And for Evelyn, Evelyn said, I was Team
On you.
Keisha or something like that, but now I'm not. I'm off you
Yeah.
now. I did feel bad for her because I think she was
who?
trying to make a connection.
She definitely
I feel
was.
bad for Keisha because I do think she was trying to make a connection with Evelyn. And so for Evelyn to just cross her off, Evelyn, why are you crossing her off? Because she confided in you in something? I don't understand why Evelyn's
crossed her
upset.
off
She's
because
crossing her off
the
because of how
fundraiser.
she,
Mhm.
the
Oh,
fundraiser
because of what she
across
said.
her.
Okay, so
She was like, yeah.
So if you
Oh, from at the club.
yeah. Okay. So she said something to her at the fundraiser, but at the same time, you still are learning someone. Give them a chance. Like, you can't make one mistake and then you're just X'd out.
Well, what kills me about
I
Evelyn
know that's
is
true. Sorry.
It's like Survivor.
That is
Yeah,
true.
it's like
is
you're
true.
off of the island.
Well, I was gonna say that's sort of true. I mean, gosh, they really like as if Keisha said something evil. She didn't do.
Yes.
She didn't do
She's
anything
not
that
used
bad.
the B word one time, except for
Relax,
please don't
everybody.
call me that.
This
Like-
group is no fun. No wonder Royce is never to be seen. You were saying you didn't think Royce is that interesting on the show. I think it's more that she's just never to be seen. Like, oh man.
Because
Sorry.
she knows what it is, so she's not throwing herself basically in the Shark Tank.
I mean,
That's what it
You
is.
can't blame her
And we
for
are
that.
getting a little tired of Shawnee just jumping in and out
I
randomly.
mean, make a decision,
I'm-
Shawnee. Either you want to
In
be
the
on the
show
show
or
or you
not,
don't.
exactly.
Either you want to
Shawnee's
collect
busy,
your...
y'all. She has stuff to do.
She's EP. She's collecting a check, which is fine. But like, come
She has a
on,
family.
Have a little consistency. I didn't tell you her to have 8 babies with Shaq. I mean,
Do you
she
know how
knew
hard
what
it
she
is to
had.
take care of all those kids?
She could afford nannies.
Her
she
and
was
the 3
hiding Shaq's
nannies
money
are probably
for a
really
long
busy.
time.
Yeah, I'm good with Shawnee not coming back. I mean,
I
'cause
like Shawnee, but
yeah.
you know, have more of a presence because it does feel awkward
And
now when she's in
yeah,
these random scenes.
it makes it unfun because all of a sudden now you have even more. You have already Tammy and Evelyn are so difficult to go up against, and then you have Shawnee also in their little team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you have dumb Susie and Kenya just laughing.
dumb?
I felt really bad for Keisha because
I
like
felt really bad for
it became a Mean
Keisha.
Girls thing. Like it was just
I'm sorry, Kenya. Ugh.
what
Kenya,
kills
what
me.
is she doing? She's sitting there like
she went back and forth, didn't
with
she?
the Wicked Witch of the West laugh the whole time while they're going in on Keisha, and then she like wants to be like, well, you know what we have to do? It's like, we? Why are you speaking French now? Like, I mean,
She went off what? The idea that they're both the new girls, yeah.
yeah, but it's like you literally sat here this close, and if someone was going in on Spicy, and I'm just sitting here,
Okay, yeah, so this is the reenactment.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
this is not okay.
But then once the other girls left, what happened?
And then I'm like, you know what we need to do?
I
know
would be
what,
like,
Mari?
this heifer. No.
Exactly. Which
I don't think
Mari
Keisha
said,
was
like,
thinking anything.
love
At the, Keisha, somebody, one of us here said Keisha had a deer with headlights.
She did. She looked like wow. And she said it herself. She said she didn't even have a minute to sit down and put her napkin in her lap, take a sip of her wine before they went in, and that is
They
how
waste
they
no
do
time.
it.
I
you
just
know?
feel like who is Evelyn to sit here and say, okay, you two have issues, so go ahead, go at it. When Evelyn has issues too that she's not addressing.
But that's
she
what
is not-
Tammy and Shawnee did with her and Jen last week, and it didn't end up.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
didn't
that's
end
true.
well. So it's a bad situation. Why you set it up continually? Who knows?
Well,
VH1 producers take notes.
I feel like it would have been a good. I feel like that could have been beneficial if Tammy was open to civil communication.
Yes.
But when you just shut
Really
down and you start
defensive,
tearing
yeah.
someone down, like you see no fault within yourself, I have a huge problem with that.
And civil is the key word because nobody was asking for anything crazy.
Yes,
I mean,
and these,
That's
these
what I-
girls use the word
Keisha's
classy.
like, I would like to tell you how I feel about it, but you don't want to listen.
It's like
and
really Keisha hasn't even fought with anybody, but yet they're fighting with her. Like it's very unfair to watch.
Well, they throw the word classy around all the time, and yet I see no one having or even exuding
I'm not
class.
certain anyone on that cast has read this book, Everyday Girl's Guide to Life.
Please read that.
Because I don't know, classy should never be brought up. No.
No.
What is the rule? If you call yourself classy, that's kind of saying
Yeah,
you're not. I
it means
mean,
you're
I've
ghetto.
heard that 100. Okay, there you go.
I'm
That's the
classy.
Basketball Wives equivalent.
Did you catch the part when in the beginning of the episode that Jen had called Kenya ghetto when she was talking to Susie?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she was like, she
came
needs to
late,
act a
though.
little bougie because right now she's acting ghetto.
Oh, yeah, she did say that.
So she did throw her under the bus.
And well, maybe they're using the word bougie and ghetto. I mean, bougie and classy together as like the same. But I'm sorry, they don't.
No.
it's-
Bougie and classy is not.
I think
the
they're
same.
confused. I
Sorry.
think they're confused.
Either way, the ladies. I mean, this is why we watch every week.
Mm-hmm.
Though,
It
you know,
is.
they're
It
giving.
is. You love
They're setting it up exactly how they're supposed to keep you coming back.
I just feel it's unfair the way that they attacked Keisha, and I'm sorry. I relate to her in the whole ethnically diverse and
Yeah, I do
being of
too.
mixed. Yeah, you as well. We're mixed girls, and so when someone challenges us, we're gonna be offended because the reason Tammy was asking her what ethnicity are you white is because Tammy wanted to know. How should I treat you right now?
Like a white girl or a black girl?
Right, exactly.
Go off that because you mentioned that a couple of times on here and other after shows.
This
Just
is a
really,
hot topic.
It really is. It was a
Very
big
hot
Twitter thing
topic.
too.
It's getting
serious.
Explain what you're talking. No, I mean it's really big. I mean explain what you're talking about with the way people
Well-
try to perceive you. Is that because of the labels or?
Well, what Tammy was trying to do was strip Keisha of her culture in that moment by asking her what she is and not allowing her to answer and just saying, oh, you're white. I think you're a white girl. Well, give her, first of all, why are you asking? And because it's going to change. What is it going to change? What do you need to know what ethnicity she is? But it was because she wanted to sum her up and treat her a certain way. And so I feel like it was inappropriate. And Keisha had every right to be offended by that.
I think I've told Fallon before, but I was even telling her today, I was like, I've known Fallon for a little while and I've never really cared like what ethnicity she was. Like that doesn't play an impact on how I treat her or talk to her, you know. I think if you're doing casting, maybe you have to know like what type you're looking for, and maybe there's some comedic jokes where you have to know someone's race, but that's really it. You don't need to know necessarily because you do label them.
It's definitely. It's when I sit down with lunch with my friends or even friends of their friends, that's not my first question to anyone, regardless. I mean,
it does come up.
I get it.
It comes up all the time.
Like, oh, you're Dominican too. Oh, you can relate a
when
little
they're
more.
applauding or they're really interested.
Exactly,
but not
the
you don't
Tammy
to
way.
persecute.
Exactly, to throw somebody under the bus. Well, okay, well, we're gonna use your white side and treat you this way.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of your black side. That's not right.
She was trying to take away her culture, so she was trying to belittle her, and I'm
I
sorry.
wonder the reaction that Tammy.
And Keisha explained it. I mean, Keisha explained it to Evelyn how it made her feel as a black woman who was reaching out to another black woman. She felt a way about it, but that's how Tammy came at her. You know,
I just
I don't
wonder.
think it was unreasonable.
I just wonder if Tammy and how defensive she is. You know, because I'm sure she's getting a lot of criticism for what she said, and even her, she's just never like one to ask herself, maybe I said the wrong thing. Like that kind of upsets me about her. She is one of my favorite characters, but that upsets me that she doesn't. You were talking about the duality. I feel like I need another layer of like, man, maybe I did make a mistake. Like that's what I need from Tammy. If she wants to grow, if she wants to do the therapy thing, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I
need
think
that.
I think also too, she is re-challenging her upsetness, and she's using this opportunity for Keisha not coming directly to her to be upset with Keisha instead of admitting her own fault. Like she's trying to rechannel the anger or the aggression and making it seem on Keisha, oh, well, you didn't come to me, when really the issue is what you said. So she's trying to redirect.
Because she said, you know, I've seen you a couple times, but when is it an appropriate time to have that conversation?
And it
Wouldn't
hasn't
it have been an appropriate time at Greenhouse while they're there for the fundraiser? No.
But she should have called her and asked if they could get together.
Yeah, I mean,
she should have addressed it.
Should have. Okay, didn't happen. Great show. Let's hit a commercial. We'll come back with some news. Lauren Turner, I believe, will be calling in with her Beyond the Drama report. You've got some other news on castings and all that good stuff, too. Yep. Commercial time. Basketball Wives, AfterBuzz TV. Let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
What would you like to buzz about? Well, we are wrapping up today's show. Lauren Turner, I believe, will be calling in with our Beyond the Drama report. So, Lauren Turner, hello. We only got a quick minute with you, so give us your information, and then we'll spin off it into news.
Okay. Well, how are you guys?
Wonderful.
Welcome, Lauren Turner.
Thank you. Well, you guys pretty much talked a lot about what's going on with the girls. Kenya, her husband, filed for divorce, unfortunately, today, Charlie Bell. And that's bad. But the good news is she's reading about her video and all her YouTube videos and saying that they're still, being searched after 3 weeks. So that's good.
Mm-hmm. See, positive attitude. She's, I know, 200 hits, terrible. Terrible number there.
I kind of liked her video. I thought it was Innovative.
See, Madi, you were
What?
Innovative.
Madi, you were
Big
right.
words.
Great word,
Are you
Lauren.
You were,
Innovative.
you were right though. You said Lauren finds the best in
Yes,
everything.
you
This is why
would.
Lauren is like myself. We're very
Okay.
Loves you.
Lauren and I, we're like supporters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time,
Lauren, I appreciate you finding the positive in that video.
Good job, Lauren.
Thank you. I mean, hey, she tried. There's people who want to do a video and never do it. Never
Great
even get out
point.
there butt and do it.
Awesome.
Lauren,
point.
and again, she went to Tammy's ridiculous glam squad, which should be checked themselves, and took all that criticism as she
Thank
deserved.
you, Ronnie, for that.
And she took all the criticism as she deserved. And again, I'm not saying she's a talent. Obviously, we could see that. But for her to have that smile and keep trying, I have that Lauren Turner loves you mentality where I'm like, go ahead, do it. It's cool. Like, Lauren, I think we're the only two like this, that exist. But
You
at the
guys
same
are
time,
happy, positive folk.
I was like,
Right,
y'all have been
okay, it's a
Hollywood.
really
Yeah,
good
being
news,
nice.
and I know you. I know you guys know Evelyn and Chad have a spin-off wedding special coming up. And so I'm excited about that. I really do think that they could potentially be in love. So this is just another reason to believe that they're going to be making $300,000 each as well. So that
Oh,
could be another reason why
cash
they're
money.
doing this.
wow.
Nice.
That's how much money they
Yeah.
make just to do the show? Or to get married? Or
And it's like a wedding special, so it's not like a full,
Oh.
But
there's
Evelyn,
a few
Kardashians.
episodes.
Evelyn did tweet out earlier today though that if the ratings are high enough, there is potential to
Have a full show.
have a full season.
She
Sort
tweeted-
of like what Lala did. So
yeah,
Right.
but Lala had a season though for the wedding. She didn't just have a special.
No, Lala
she had a
had.
special.
Wait a minute.
It was a short. It was
No,
a
it was just a special.
It was
Yeah.
a
And
short.
Wait,
it
and
was
the
a short
ratings were
couple of
good.
episodes
Oh,
that
okay.
led
Got
up
her
to a
own
wedding
show.
special, which is the same thing Evelyn and Chad are getting.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a one, like the Kardashian wedding,
No.
one thing. Okay, if it's like the Lala
I mean,
thing.
even Kim had 2 days and 4 hours for her wedding special.
I just didn't care about that
Right.
altogether, so I missed it. I missed that one.
I watched it.
I'll watch this one
And it's
because.
going to air in
Me too.
September, I think. So, it's,
It's coming soon.
in the process.
Oh,
We'll
and then it's
see.
gonna be like, oh, who's she gonna invite? Is Jen gonna show up? Right? It's gonna turn into one of those.
Hey, there's hope.
Exactly.
Lauren Conrad showed up to Heidi Montag's wedding, so if they can do it, Jen and Evelyn
Oh
are
my
fine.
goodness.
Okay, yeah. What else, Lauren?
Yeah. I know Marty was stating that they always bring up class so much, like bringing up the word class.
Yes.
They also bring up the word hater a lot. And I don't know, I was just thinking today, like, there's a quote, and this is very, like, so just hippie, Lauren loves you. But there's a quote by Martin Luther King Jr., and it's, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. And I just wish that these girls could just find just a way to love each other more, because it really, like, makes me sick how much they talk about hating on people, and they're, like, 40, and I just don't. It's like watching my aunties go at it. It's really annoying.
When I'm 40, I hope I'm not talking about haters.
Lauren, you hit it on the money. Thank you, girl. That was so
Well,
real.
And the tough thing is, I think that those rules you just said, Keisha's trying to apply those, yet these girls aren't letting
He
her
loves
do it.
Keisha, I think. He keeps.
I'm sorry. I really like Keisha
It's
too.
more
do.
than
I'm
just
sorry.
Keisha, though.
Well, oh yeah, the other ones are bad, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because Keisha and Lauren have a similar motto. They're beyond the drama. She's not involved
Well,
in the
yeah.
drama. Keisha said that from day one. She's drama free, and it's really about how much she can insert herself into the show and still maintaining that mantra for herself.
She's drama free, but she enjoys it because she sure was laughing at the table at the showdown.
No,
No,
Kenya was
Keisha.
laughing.
Kenya was
okay. I thought you
laughing.
were
Keisha.
talking about Kenya.
No, Ronnie loves Kenya. We love
okay,
Kenya.
okay, I got it. I'm sorry,
Kenya's just in her own world.
No, but
Okay.
but I feel like
Kenya's
that it
a party
takes a
of
very
one.
big
Yes.
person.
Bars.
It takes a very big person to be attacked and not attack back,
Yes,
because your
very.
animal instincts want to go for it. And Keisha stayed very civil, very calm, and just took it in. But she's not a punk. Like
Yeah.
there's a difference.
There's gonna be a, like she said, there might be a breaking point.
yeah.
You can only take somebody coming at you for so long.
Right.
She's gonna be like,
Yeah.
all right, girls, this is it, and then that's when she's gonna get her respect. Watch.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right,
Well, thanks,
Lauren.
Lauren.
What was your favorite part of the episode as we wrap up here?
I don't know. Of course, the positive part of the charity.
Oh, you mean all of 3 seconds? Okay.
Yeah, the part that
All
VH1
things
edited
like
out.
that.
How
was
much
Lauren's
money did they
favorite.
raise?
Positivity you can find.
That's a good.
Do we know how much
question.
money they
Yeah, I
raised?
wonder.
If they raised any?
Because you honestly didn't get to see. I mean, there were performances. There was tons of stuff that went on during that night, and we saw 2 scenes, and it was Keisha giving them the talk, and then Keisha being, calling them Debbie Downer.
Hey,
So-
Lauren, what'd you think about Jen's lucid opening and the fact that the other girls didn't support and the fact that I supported?
Well,
I liked Jen this
I
time.
meant to say that, Ronnie. I am so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're actually like turning around
I
and
know.
starting to
We
like
got him
her.
on board to like
Only
Jen.
because Lauren convinced me. Like Lauren said, you know what? She's not that bad. So I started rewatching the episodes and I was like, all right, I can see the good in her. And today was a good episode. Oh, okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, bye, Lauren.
Lauren, we love you. Thank you so
Love you,
much.
Lauren.
See you later. Okay, predictions. Rebecca, what's up?
Predictions for next week. Oh, next week they head to Miami. So I'm predicting that a bag is going to hit Jennifer on the head. And you can predict who the person holding that bag is.
Oh.
Royce, no. So they're all going to Miami.
Everyone's in Miami, and we saw scenes from Shawnee's birthday party, which
You've been talking about that,
a lot
yeah.
of drama went down. So we'll see what happens.
What do you think is going to happen, Spicy?
Well, we already saw that. Somebody's getting into a fight. Evelyn and who's going at it?
Evelyn and everybody.
Evelyn, everybody.
Evelyn's Louis Vuitton or whatever bag she's carrying, and Jennifer go at it.
So I think the fights are covered, but I predict there will not be another charity event while in Miami.
Right?
I think
Let's hope
they're
not.
going to be partying hard, but I'm curious to see how Susie is going to handle North Carolina. I'm curious to see
That's
that.
gonna
I
look
think
good.
that I predict that she's going to be very bougie, as they like to talk on the Basketball Wife show.
Is that how they talk?
Yes, they talk like that. Not
Okay.
classy.
You should do your whole show like that one day. That was
I'm
funny.
gonna talk just like how they talk. Go ahead. What do you
That's
predict, Fallon?
Evelyn's voice, I
What do you
think.
predict?
That was Evelyn's voice a little bit.
They all talk like that.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. What'd you think?
I predict we are going to see more of Keisha, of course, because we're going to her hometown. But I think there's going to be more of a feud. We're going to see it boil more between Keisha and Tammy, the whole feud and their beefing. It's going to start to boil over at this point if it hasn't already.
But I still feel like Tammy is going to break down at some point. I'm talking about the crying and the, like the therapy thing. I think we're going to get more of that, but just it's going to be like 5 episodes from now. So that's a long
I think
prediction.
she's going to lash out first.
Oh,
and
yes,
then
yes.
she's going to use
2 more lash outs.
a breakdown to cover up her
Oh,
lash
good
out.
one. Yeah.
High five,
I can see
right?
that.
Wait, so it's not really a good. You thought of that on your own? Oh, high five. I'm sorry. Yes, Tammy. I want to see more Tammy. Even when she does bad, I still like her. So there it is. I didn't even watch the first season as much, but then once Tammy got on the show, I started watching the show. Rebecca, what's up? Did you have a last comment? Thoughts?
No, just make sure you guys come back next week to check us out and talking about our favorite show, Basketball Wives.
Okay, AfterBuzz TV, the Basketball Wives recap show. Please tweet us out. If you like the show, hit us up on iTunes. Write a comment about Spicy Mari's lips because they look nice, and say
Are they popping?
retweet
Are they
to Jen and have her send some lucid that way. Anyways, our Twitter handles are
Rebecca Prince TV.
okay. You.
Spicy _ Madi.
Mercedes, MIS, Mercedes.
All right, and mine is at Ronnie Jr Media, and follow us at AfterBuzz TV as well. Comment on the Facebook, comment on the Twitter, just comment on everything and show us support. Thank you guys, Basketball Wives. We are out of here later.
See you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.